We had some problems with the server running slow in the last video, but I think I've fixed that now. So at the minute, in our cool table that we've been working on in this tutorial, we wait on it loading. Maybe I spoke too soon. It did seem to be running better. Yeah, we've got 3 entries: Ben, John and Andrew. And we've now uncommented this call here where we've got the object connectDB calling the delete user method and passing it the parameter John, which means it should try to delete the username John. So let's run that. Yep, John is deleted, it says. Right, so let's have a look. Is that the case? Was John deleted? Is our delete user method working? We'll need to wait on the table reloading. Still got loading up here. Yep, and it's deleted John. So our delete user method is working. So I think we've tested all our methods, all 6 methods, but what we can do now is we can be a bit more fancy. We can take all the stuff that we've been working on and cut it, and we can take this, which is our class, which is our database object, and the interface that it implements, data, and we can let this be a standalone file. Now, say for example, we had a website where we wanted to make, we had thousands of pages, for example, thousands of user profiles, and on each of these, you know, say we had 10,000 pages because we had 10,000 user profiles, we might want to do stuff with the database on each page, and we don't really want to write the database object 10,000 times. So what we can do is, and this is the whole point of object-oriented programming, not repeating yourself, we can include our object on any page by using the include statement in PHP. So I'll just save this first of all, save it as a hypertext preprocessor file, PHP, and we'll save this as I don't know, say for example we called this John's page. So for example, if it was my profile page and we said save, and I wanted to, you know, my profile page would need to interact with the database. In all dynamic websites, the page, like for example on Facebook, the profile pages all interact with the database. So, you know, you'd see this on any dynamic website. So we'd say include object.php, and then what we can do is to connect to our database, for example, or to connect to our host. It's very, very simple. We create on the page, we create this object connectDB by calling a new instance of database, which is what our class is called, and we pass it localhost because that's the host. We pass it root because that's the username, Gary1987 because that's the password for the localhost, test because the database we're using is called test, and cool table because, well, the table that we're using is going to be called cool table. So, and this function here is the connect function, and that's just defined, the connect method in the database class, and that's just defined here. That just connects us to the host. So we can check that connect's working in its own file, so we just call up John's page.php. Okay, that's something else this morning. I won't worry too much about that, but that's just basically showing that our connect function is working. This stuff here, the connect function itself only actually only prints out to the screen connection to the host was successful. All the other stuff you're seeing being printed out, like host is set to, localhost, this comes from the constructor, and the constructor is automatically called when we make an instance of when we make the instance of our database class here. Anytime you make an instance of a class, it's the constructor of the class is automatically called, which is why all this stuff's printed out as well. So we can say that our constructor works because we're getting all this information, and we can say that our local host is working. So what about the rest of it? What about can we connect to the database? So let's try that. Let's reload. And connect to the database was established. Of course, the database class, the database method automatically calls the create table method, which is why you're seeing these messages from the create table method, and that's done here. There's a database method, and it's calling the create table method. So we can say that the constructor works, the connect method works, the database method works. Does the delete table work? We'll try that towards the end. We don't want to delete the table just yet. We want to try our other methods out first. So we'll take this guy and we'll put him towards the end. And we'll say that we'll next try and add a user. Now we deleted John, so we'll try and re-add John to test if our add user function is still working. So let's go into cool table. Let's load it again. Wait till it loads. And as you can see, that John's no longer part of cool table. It's just Ben and Andrew. So obviously we want that to change. We want to re-add John, so we'll reinstate John's account. Maybe he's been banned for misbehaving on the website. So let's try that. Yep. User John has been created. So let's jump over into here. Strange message there. So let's have a look at add user one more time, which is here. And it seemed to call the delete method as well there. I'm not quite sure why. Let's go back to our code. I had the delete user method selected, which I shouldn't have done. So John probably doesn't exist in the database at the minute. Let's read. Yeah. Because it would have created it and then deleted it. I thought I had the delete user method commented out, but obviously not. Yeah, because John's not there, it's still Ben and Andrew, so let's reload. Yep, John has been created, and it quite rightly identified that John didn't exist, but now John's been created, so let's refresh. Where it's ready. Yeah, but now John's created, you can see that at the bottom. So there's John there. So that's all good. The user John's now created. So let's reload that. So we know that our constructor's working. We know that our instance of our object's working because the constructor was successfully called. That's why we're getting all these messages from the constructor. We know that our connection function is working because we're getting connected to the host. We know that our database function is working because it's saying it connected to the database successfully. We know it created to the database successfully and created to the host successfully because we managed to run this add user function and add the user John.